Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Crafternoon tea. So today I'm going to show you how to make an origami tulip, which is a great little decoration and it just looks really pretty. So you'll need 2 bits of paper. I've got my green bit for the stalk and a pink bit for my tulip head. As you can see, the tulip head one is quite a bit smaller than the one that I'm going to use for my stalk. So make sure you've got a perfectly square piece of paper. What I tend to do is fold it down to the bottom of the corner, and then you cut off your excess and you've got the perfect square then. So we're going to start off, first of all, we're going to do the tulip base, so the stem. So we're going to we fold it in half first of all. That's always your first step in origami. So we fold it in half and we're going to open it back up. So now I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to fold it to my centre. Like so, and I'm going to do the same with the opposite corner. Just going to turn it to the side for a sec, just so I can make sure I get my clear lines, and I'll turn it back so you can see. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our original piece of paper, we folded it in half, we opened it back up, and then we folded our corners in together to meet in the centre. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the other corner, and again we're going to fold it into the centre. Like so. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the other side. So we're going to take this side and we're going to bring it into the centre. Okay, so as you can see, we've now got this sort of kite shape. What we're going to do next is we're going to fold the tops into the centre. It will overhang a little bit with your previous fold. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So again, we're going to fold like so. So now we've got our point at the top, whereas before it was more sort of open like so. So we folded those both into the centre. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our bottom to meet the top. So you sort of have to wrestle with it a little bit. So fold it then in half. Okay, and then what we're going to do is so we've got that folded in half now. Ooh, make sure it stays under. So that's folded in half. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it over again in the middle. Okay. So I took it from here and I folded it like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this out at an angle. Okay, so now you can see we've got a sort of stem shape with a leaf sort of breaking off to it. Okay, perfect. So that's our base of our tulip created. So that last step again, when we had it folded up, so we folded it up to meet the point, we folded it over in half, and then we pulled this little section out. Okay, so let's put this bit to one side for now. We'll revisit that in a minute. You have to sort of press it down so it doesn't spring up. Okay, so now we've got the tulip head. So this piece, again, I folded it, like all good origami starts, down the centre point. So we want to have it this way this time. So we're now going to fold the bottom up. So we don't want to go straight into the corners. If I put it down, I'll be able to see it easier. So we want to sort of have this, this off to the side, because that's going to be our tulip point. We're going to do exactly the same to the other side. There we go, so that one's a little bit over, so I'll just redo that. So you should now have a fold that looks like that. So we went from our triangle, we folded upwards, not quite in the centre this time, and folded upwards. Perfect. So now we're going to flip it over to the back, And we're just going to fold these corners in so it's a little bit squared off. There we go, so we've got our more so of a tulip shape. Now that we've folded it over, we've got the shape of our tulip head. So the last stage now to connect it all together, we're just going to cut off the bottom bit here. Oh, it's got hair attached. So I'm just going to cut the tiniest bit, and this will give us a little peek hole. So I've cut it there. And now I'm going to be able to slot my stem into, I don't know if I've cut that enough. There we go. And now I'll be able to slot my stem into my tulip head. Because the trick with origami is you shouldn't have to glue anything. So a little bit fiddly, but we'll get there. And there we have it. We have our finished tulip made from origami. Have a go yourself. Hope you enjoyed this craft, and I'll see you again next week for another Crafternoon tea. Bye for now.